Anyway, now you see, Robo Lawyer, this is all about the budget. What? I'll put this down. Today's budget day. That's very important. And that's when the government announces its planning about how it's going to spend its revenue. Right? Revenue, that's another word for tax. That's how government raises money. And today we came out in the newspaper that the government was going had announced a lot of spending. It was going to spend. In fact, it was going to put up pensions for the age pension, especially for a single pensioner. And what else it was going to do? It was going to raise the rate of the pension for a couple. Now that all ties in with this week's topic, which is Social Security law. And in that we look at how the government distributes money to various members of the community. Now there's some important ideas to remember. What's that pencil dog? How much money does the government have? Well, the government doesn't have unlimited amounts of money, and there's lots of good causes, lots of projects the government could spend its money on. And part of the money the government has goes in providing things like social security, pensions and benefits for people in the community who need that level of financial assistance. Now, guess if the government spent all its money on providing social security, we wouldn't be able to do other things. So the problem for the government is always what's that Angel learning? Yes, there's only a certain amount of money, a finite amount of money the government can spend, and it's trying to work out how best to apply that in social security areas. And that's right, we've talked about this previously, haven't we, about how the government can either spread the money out across a larger group of people, which means they get a small amount, or apply the money to a smaller group of people, which means those people get perhaps more. And what's that, Robo Lawyer? Some people, if they're well off and they're getting the same amount of money as the poor people, it doesn't seem right. Well, that's a fundamental issue with Social Security law, and that's about we use what's called means testing to decide whether or not people are entitled to a benefit. In fact, the government's talking about means testing the public health of the private healthcare rebate, so that people who are earning larger amounts of money in terms of income don't get the full rebate. Government thinks that those people should be able to afford to pay more. Yes, so that's the means test is one way the government is able to allocate the money, and we look at that with the Social Security Act. We also will be looking at the Centrelink, and we'll be looking at the Centrelink web page, and certainly it's a very good web page. It sets out lots of you just go through and explore it all. You can find out about the different benefits, and most benefits tend to be means tested. What's that, Robo Murine? If you don't have a lot of money each week, but you've got a really big house and a fancy car, can you get the full benefit of the Social Security benefit? Well, Robo Murine's down here. I'll just pick them up again. Well, what they do, Robo Murine, sometimes is they actually have what's called an assets test as well as an income test. So there are two sorts of means tests, and and then there's a two-step process. Sort of there's whether a person actually is entitled to the benefit, and then they work out how much the person is able to receive. So, for example, they may be over the age of 65 and entitled to the age pension. What's that? Everyone, we're all worried about they're going to put up the pension age to 67. Gee, good heavens, we'll be here forever. We'll never get out of this place, will we? We'll have to keep working and working forever. Okay, so that wasn't a good idea, was it? We didn't like that idea at all. But anyway, back to, if someone's over 65 at the moment, look, 67 doesn't come in for years and years and years. We mightn't be here by then, so we won't have to worry about it. But anyway, so if they're 65, they're eligible to be paid it because they meet the criteria. But if they've got income over a certain amount, assets over a certain amount, well, the amount of benefits they actually get is reduced depending on the amount of assets. I'll hop down there, Robo Murine. Yeah, you're right here, Pencil Dog, and there's Angel Learning. Turn around, Angel Learning. You've got a little fan club out there. I've heard that there are people. Now, if I sit behind you, so people can see Angel Learning there. Yes. Okay, so anyway, so the benefit the age pension gets depends on their assets and income. Some pensions and some benefits don't, but they're fairly rare. And the other thing we need to talk about is the poverty trap. Yes, that's right. And that's where a person may be on social security benefits, but then, and they get other benefits, a range of benefits, but if they go out and actually engage in full-time employment, they actually may be worse off by the time they take into account the tax they pay and the expenses of, say, maybe travelling to work and things like that. So that's a real problem for social planners, how to break that poverty trap, people into poverty traps. And that's right, Robo Lawyer. The government can also use the tax system as a way of adjusting benefits and adjusting income to people. Yes, so we're supposed to be getting tax cuts. Yes, and then the tax cuts we get, we might lose elsewhere. Yes, so the government is able to adjust the benefits people get through both the taxation system and the social security system. So, what's that? There's a whole lot of law called tax law out there. Yes, revenue law. Yes, I think people who practice in that area might do very well. Yes, and accountants can do it too. Yes, that's right. Yes. Yes. Anyway, they're the key ideas about social security law, and what's that, Angel Learning? What happens if the Centrelink makes a decision you don't like? Well, you can appeal to the Centrelink, and then you can appeal to the Social Security Appeals Tribunal, and then even to the Administrative Appeals Tribunal. That's an important issue, because sometimes when a decision's made at first instance, they may not have taken all the facts. It may be made incorrectly. Yes, so there are provisions there for appeals. Yes, we look different from the last video clip, don't we? We were shifted around a bit. Okay, well, we say goodbye for the moment. Yes, we've got other things to do. Good heavens! Well, we might be just getting back on track. You know, it's been a funny old term. We've had some interruptions, a wedding and a death, and all sorts of things. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, we'll say goodbye. Yes. People should be getting their assignments back in the mail now. Yes, they should. I hope they are. Yes, I hope they are. A lot of people might have them back already. Yes. Okay. Well, this is the budget again. I hold up the budget, Australia Today. Yeah, it's all about budgets. Yes. Well, we'll say goodbye again, and we put this up. We say goodbye. No peeking.